Yeah.
I think we're on a bit of a tangent.
We are. We
wrap
yeah.
this puppy up.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Moving on from the Capitals to the Columbus Blue Jackets, the final team we're going to talk about in this division, in kind of the to be determined category. It's been a tough year in Columbus. 40 points, 3-5-2 in their last 10. That was an exciting game against Vancouver this past weekend, I will say, but it's been another tough year for CBJ. Guys, thoughts on the Jackets before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I had this team higher because I just kind of expected them to take a step. Finally, I thought that it was about time that this is their year, that, you know, they show a bit of a glimpse of getting better, and then next year even better. But they just haven't quite got that step that they expected, and the veterans on this team have not pulled their weight in their own way. You know, Laine is taking a leave at the moment right now, and he's struggled this year, and Boone Jenner hasn't been an all-star.
Well,
so
thanks,
and Johnny
Gary.
Gaudreau, you expect him to be a point per game or more. He's not there. You've found players taking the step forward. Fantilli has been great, like we expected. Marchenko continues to be a goal scoring machine. Voronikov has been pretty good in his own way, and 23 years old. But then, you know, you don't have steps from guys like Juracek, who's been in and out of the lineup. Sillinger, which we thought was going to be the man of the future for this team, but he's continued to struggle a bit. Boakfist, Bean, the list goes on. They just they need everyone to buy in and take a step forward, and it hasn't happened. But how much can you complain when you're this team? Like, you're going to get another sick pick. They've drafted so well over the last few years. Their pipeline's stacked. No complaints.
Yeah. I want to address this to the only Columbus Blue Jackets fan I know who reliably listens to this show, Corey, in his work truck. So he'll be listening to this tomorrow morning, I'm assuming. Yep. So Corey, this one's for you. You're not going to like me for these two comments. First, sorry for all the ads, because they're not going anywhere, and we're trying to break even with this show. So, you know, maybe listen to the ads and help us out. Number two is this team, Columbus, needs to fire everybody at the end of the season, except for their scouting staff. Fire everybody in this organization, top to bottom, except for the people who make the picks, because they have had some pretty damn good picks over the last little while. Fire the guy who makes trades, fire the guy who makes signings, fire the guy who shreds paperwork or cleans the floors or the toilets. Fire everybody except for the guy who picks the players at the draft floor, because everything about this team is an absolute dumpster fire right now. And again, Corey, sorry for that, but it's true.
So, Chad, you kind of took, my the direction that I was going to go.
You were going to fire the janitor too?
No.
That's shocking.
No, but and by the way, got a vintage Blue Jackets hat here, Chunk. I know you've seen that before. That was my grandfather's, so kind of a cool little souvenir there. But I'm sorry. Why is Jarmo Kekalainen still the general manager of this hockey team? Like, that is the direction I was going to go.
That was personal.
He's been there since 2013, multiple coaching hires, the whole Babcock decision, and the way that was addressed, and just the way that he conducts himself. I don't get the vibe that he even cares about his players. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that is how fed up I am with this general manager. He's been there forever, multiple coaching hires. They've had no success. I don't think the culture is very good. You've got young players who are frustrated, older players who are not producing. It's just, it is a complete dumpster fire, and I don't understand why this general manager is still in place. I really don't. I know that, but from what I've heard, it's a pretty hands-off ownership group in Columbus. They kind of hire people and say, go run free and do your jobs. But there's got to be a change at the top. And I think we will get one, hopefully. I don't know why Kekalainen is still the GM. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say.
There's got to be a change at the top, and it starts with John Smith. Why is he still the janitor?
That guy has been asking for it, let me tell you. He's been asking for it.
I thought you were going to say John Davidson, who's the president of this team. But no, back to the janitorial staff.
Everyone's got to go except for the guys who make the picks.
And look, they have a bright future. And maybe as soon as next season, this team will finally be able to take a step. But they've got to change just about everything. I agree. So, Corey, sorry, we love you, man. God bless you for listening to us every week. But your Jackets, they got to make some changes, pal. Sorry.